This is a video about troubleshooting for your camera, so if you have any issues, hopefully this video will help you. So the first issue that we normally have is on our black cameras, so the ones that are the R300, 400, 500, and 800. They all have a lens cover on them that does not automatically come off when you turn on the camera. So what you do is you need to move this handle and move it down, and the lens cover switch is right here. So you just switch it down and the camera is now open. So if you just have a black screen on your camera, that's what it is, it's the lens cover. The second thing that we have a problem with is that if you don't get a big enough SD card, then you cannot record all of your videos on one SD card. So you need to get a 16 gigabyte SD card or larger. I personally got a pretty big one just to make sure that I never had to worry about running out. So I filmed all 3 of my videos on one SD card and never had to delete them off. Just because I wanted to just be sure, okay, I have this copy, I made a copy on my computer, so that way I knew that I had 2 different copies. The next thing that we have a problem with most of the time is that there's settings on the camera that can cut your camera recording off at 30 minutes. And so a lot of times people start videoing their first day, and they video, and then all of a sudden at 30 minutes on the dot, their video shuts off and it's no longer videoing, and they don't know because they're teaching. So to fix that, I'm gonna go ahead and go through each camera individually to tell you how to get to the setting that makes it to where you can record for as long as you want. So the first one I'm going to start with is the R100, and you know which camera that you have by the barcode. So the barcode's right here, and then you have, it'll say OTE and a number, and then underneath that it'll say OTE Canon, and then it'll have an R, and then whatever number your camera is. So we have R100s, 300s, 400s, 500s, and 800s. So I'm going to start with the R100. On the R100, what you need to do to make sure that you're in the correct videoing setting, you're going to press the function button that's at the bottom of the screen, and it's a little circle button right here. You press that function button, and then you need to go down to where it'll say SP on your screen. So there's about 5 different settings right there, and you go down to SP. And whenever you click on SP, it'll tell you the different settings that it has, and you need to make sure that yours is on standard play. Okay, so then if you have an R300, so that would be the starting of our black colored cameras. On the R300, there is a home button on the inside of the camera. So you'd need to press that home button, and then you need to go down to the recording standard. Okay, it's at the bottom right corner. There'll be 4 different squares on your screen. At the bottom right corner, go to the recording standard, and then make sure that you're in the AV CHD versatile video recording. Make sure that that setting is selected. And then when you go back to your main screen, so when you go back to the home screen, whenever you first open up your camera, you should see AV CHD in the top right corner underneath your SD card information. So that's how you make sure that you did, in fact, get it in the AV CHD setting. On the R400s and 500s, they're exactly the same. What you're going to do is, these cameras are actually touchscreen. And so on these cameras, the home button is on the screen. So you're going to touch on the screen the home button, okay? And it's usually on the left-hand side in the middle, and it'll just be a little picture of a house. Touch that home button, and then you're going to go to the recording setup. So it should be one over to the left is the recording setup. And you're going to go to movie format first, and you're going to need to change that, if it's not already, an AV CHD setting. There's 2 different settings. The MP4 setting is the one that will turn it off after 30 minutes. And then go down to the video quality and make sure that that one is in FXP. So that's the standard version of the video quality. And then our last camera is the R800. And on that one, you need to touch the home button on the screen. It should be in the middle, at the very left side on the screen. And you're going to go to video quality. And you're going to make sure that you have selected 17 megabits per second, Mbps, or it's the standard full HD setting. Make sure that that is the setting that you have selected. And that is all I have for our troubleshooting camera video. If you have any other problems, please contact us and let us know in our office, and we will try to help as best as possible. Thank you.